Meow and hello, the cat protector Noel Rosen here, and this message goes out to Shannon Watts of Moms Demand Action. About a month ago, I challenged you to a debate about guns. Yes, a public debate in front of a live audience. It'd be web streamed out there on the net, so those who couldn't be in the audience could actually see it. And what has happened since then? Well, Shannon, you've remained silent. You've pretty much ignored the challenge. But, well, I guess that's because you are great at running away when you are challenged. But you've been pretty active lately. What can I say? You and your Mad Mom Mafia called Moms Demand Action have been active as of late. I mean, you're patting yourselves on the back, thinking it's a really great thing that you got Jay Leno to back out of SHOT Show. Not exactly a big loss for those of us who believe in the Second Amendment and a person's right to carry. Not a big loss. I mean, you're making it sound like it's a great victory for your side. You put out this letter, you know, thanking Jay Leno for making his decision. You bullied him, Shannon. But that's what your side does. You bully. I mean, look at what you tried to do with Kroger. They told you no. They had a backbone. They told you no. But that doesn't seem to matter much to you, Shannon, because your group still persists in going after Kroger because they're following state law and they're going to allow those who carry a gun in accordance with state law, by the way, and the law of our Constitution. Well, they're allowing them to carry their guns into their stores. I mean, you advocate and think that gun control and gun-free zones prevent crime, but what you're really advocating is for crime. Because you've put out a lot of misinformation, Shannon. You and your group, a lot of misinformation. So I'm actually gonna give you a few of the facts. That's right, because apparently you need to be reminded of them. You and your Mad Mom Mafia. Number one, well, we're going to start with gun control and universal background checks. None of which, by the way, does anything to prevent crime. I don't know how anybody can think it prevents crime. What they do is it's basically taking away the rights of those who responsibly carry and giving the criminals the advantage, because here's the fact. Criminals do not go through background checks to get their guns. That's a fact. So they really don't prevent crime at all. Number two. Well, actually, let's finish what I have to say on that. Another thing that universal background checks does, Shannon, it tells you who the good guys are, but not the bad guys. Because I just stated the bad guys don't go through background checks. Number two, gun-free zones, which is something you advocate completely for. Well, they don't do anything to stop crime either. Do you honestly believe that a criminal is going to obey the sign? No. What gun-free zones do? Well, they create targets and they create victims. Something I've stated before as well. And number three, there's something you have forgotten in regards to your campaign to try to disarm the citizenry. Because that's basically what you're advocating, Shannon, is to disarm all of us. You seem to be a big fan of that. Except yourself. I mean, I've heard you shown up at protest rallies with armed security. But gun-free zones, they don't work. And for you to make the claim that they do, and to put it out there that that's what will solve criminals from, that will stop criminals from robbing establishments or going into stores and robbing them, it's kind of a fantasy. And the third fact out there that you need to be reminded of, Shannon, is the Second Amendment. There's a little piece of the Second Amendment that states shall not be infringed. You have read the Constitution, right, Shannon? If you haven't, you need to pick up a copy, because it does state that. You've become the Al Sharpton of gun control, Shannon. You're really tough when those cameras are rolling. I mean, you're really tough when you're getting news media coverage, but you're also an opportunist. Not long after, I would say a day after, the Florida State University shooting, you're out there talking to the media and telling them how, we need gun control and we need all of that, and doing whatever you can to put your name out there. Yes, you become an opportunist just like Al Sharpton. Not something to be proud of, Shannon. Because everywhere I turn, you are patting yourself on the back for something, and you're also bringing up a lot of tragedies too. Kids being shot accidentally. You're putting your name in there to press for gun control and think that disarming citizens is going to solve anything. Another fact out there is that more people are killed in accidents regarding cars and power tools than guns. Guns don't create violence, Shannon. They're just tools. People, however, they're great at creating violence. See, you seem to love to blame the tool and not the person that wields it. I'm just kind of in shock a little bit, but not that much, that you would use tragedies regarding guns to kind of further your agenda. So you went on Twitter wondering why the NRA was not even commenting about the Florida State University shooting. I guess if I had one guess, I would gather that they didn't want to exploit a tragedy, and to get their names, in the news. You seem to be doing a great job of that, Shannon. And yes, I'm starting to see that you're still trying to press businesses into becoming gun-free zones. So I'm going to encourage all of the patriots out there, all of those who believe in the Second Amendment, to, if you know about a Moms Demand Action demonstration, I hope that you will, countermarch. You will counter-demonstrate. You will be out there in great numbers. Follow the law. Yes, we don't want anything to get violence, because we all know that with gun control, with the gun control crowd, that's what they want. But absolutely, you have the right to carry your gun, and bring your gun with you to the protest. Wear it. Have it holstered. Stick to state laws. Obey the laws, because yes, that's what responsible carrying citizens like myself do. That's what we do. Bottom line, Shannon, you've put out a lot of numbers. You've put out a lot of spin. But back in my day, spin were called lies. That's what they call it. That's what it's being defined as. But you're putting out a lot of spin. You're putting out a lot of numbers, Shannon, none of which are true. you have the opportunity to debate me. I mean, the opportunity is still open. But if you're going to continuously ignore the challenge, you're just going to walk away from the challenge and run away like you always do. Why don't you get your master Michael Bloomberg to debate me about guns? Yes, every puppet has a master. And if you're too cowardly, Shannon, to debate me on the issue of guns, then have and encourage your man, Bloomberg, to debate me publicly. The bottom line, Shannon, you should be ashamed of yourself for exploiting some of these tragedies to get your name out there. I mean, but you know, the side of gun control has no shame. They're trying to get us to disarm. I mean, it's obvious. I think you should actually change the name of your organizations for Moms Demand Action for Crime or for the Safety of Criminals, because you are advocating I mean, gun control. I mean, you're advocating for gun control, gun-free zones, two things that support the criminals. You know, it seems obvious that in all your rants, all you're doing is pretty much putting out the message that you favor the criminals and that you want more victims, because that's what the gun control crowd seems to want, more victims. Why? So they get more media attention. At least that's my opinion. Now, my stand against you is not to get media attention, although that could happen. But it's to put out the facts. See, I don't believe in running, Shannon. I believe in standing up to bullies. Bullies like you. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in the Constitution, and I will defend it. And I believe in a person's right to carry because, hey, I carry. And I will continue to carry. And there's nothing you can do or any gun control person can do to stop that. So it's time to put up or shut up, Shannon. Like I said, be willing to debate me. But it seems like right now you're not. Maybe it's because I'll be bringing the facts to the table. Maybe that's what you're afraid of. The bottom line is, Shannon, MDA, your organization, you, the gun control crowd, well, the tide is not turning in your favor no matter what you say. I mean, you went on, for example, I-594 in Washington State. You think it's a great victory to take away the rights of all of us to carry a gun. You say you are not against the Second Amendment or guns, but yet everything you have advocated for so far has been to infringe on the Second Amendment and to take away our right to carry. Not a lot of us, Shannon, can afford to have armed security. So I have my own security. Yes, so I carry. So have the courage to stand up. Have the courage to debate me, Shannon. If you truly believe that you're right, you debate me. Or get, like I said, get your master Bloomberg too. Bottom line is, as long as there are groups like yours that advocate taking away the rights of others to carry a gun, you know, which is guaranteed to all of us under the Second Amendment, you are going to be seeing a lot more faces like mine. Now, we're not doing it to, we don't advocate violence, because there's a reason why at least I carry a gun. I carry a gun to protect myself, protect my family, protect my home, protect my business. That's why I carry, because I believe in saving lives. And an armed citizen with a gun can save lives. It's been proven time and time and time again. Because it takes, let's see, the police at least 5, 10, maybe even 15, 20 minutes to respond. And when a cop's 15 minutes away, an armed citizen with a gun that is responsibly carrying can take down the bad guy in 5 seconds. Thus saving more lives. Because we carry to save lives, Shannon. We don't carry to take them away. The criminals do that. We responsibly carry don't. That's the difference. But you seem to put it out there that we're no different than them. You've called us radicals. God, there's a lot of other names that but I've heard that you've put out there, but I've heard radicals. Radicals. And we're not. We're just citizens that believe in saving lives. If you want to save lives, Shannon, gun control, gun-free zones are not the answer to it, because they don't stop the criminals. Both of those are just going to create more victims. Something that I would never advocate for anyone to become a victim. I don't know why you are. So, have the courage to debate me, Shannon. Or get your master Bloomberg to do it, if you're too cowardly to. So I thank everyone for watching, and stand up for the Second Amendment. Stand up for a person's right to carry. That's a message to all of you patriots. But all of you patriots, well, you already know that. So that's kind of preaching to the choir. But I do thank you for watching. But Shannon, like I said earlier, put up or shut up. Thanks for watching.